Hello everybody, this is Yoko's Anime Reactions, and as of this recording, I am caught up on Attack on Titan. The English dub, anyway. So, the last one I recorded, that is another one you see me cry on camera, and that was one that I saw coming. Because I had looked up Sasha's character because I had seen a headcanon where apparently something happened to her, and her status said it all. I knew it was coming, I just didn't know which episode. Knew it was coming, and it still got me to cry. If someone had to die, why did it have to be a character we've grown that attached to since season 1? Why? Why couldn't it have been one of the other characters that we didn't really know the name of? I don't get it. Anyway, this is going to be my review for Attack on Titan Season 4, Episodes 2, 3, and 4. So yes, I am doing that again, where I combine several episodes. I don't know when this is going up. It's either going to go up today, Friday, or tomorrow, Saturday, because more episodes to the video means that it might take longer to process on BitChute. So if it takes a while for me to get this out, I apologize. It's just, that's the price we pay for having multiple episodes in one video. But I think it's worth it. Anyway, this episode is second episode is them heading back home, and Ryan and I think all the Eldians have been brainwashed into thinking that the people on Paradis are bad people, because I don't think they were bad people. Their memories were wiped by the founding Titan many years ago. So, no, they are not bad people. They had no idea what was going on. And even then, most likely they fled because they wanted to be away from Marley, the people of Marley, because they were being persecuted. Then again, I think that both sides have have arguments on that, but anyway, I'm thinking that Falco's got a bit of a crush on Gabi because he doesn't want her to go through and being the Armored Titan, because once you become one of the 9 Titans, you only have 13 years to live. And that's not fun. He wants to be able to give her as long a life as possible, and she can't do that if she's the Armored Titan. Actually, let me check something real quick. But yeah, this is not good. Anyway, shoot, what else happened? But yeah, Rhina tells him, you have to succeed and become the Armored Titan to protect her, because that's the only way he's going to be able to protect her, is if he becomes the Armored Titan instead. Okay. Okay. Huh. They actually somehow survived that. Sorry, I'm talking about what happened in, shoot, what episode? Episode 5, 6, I can't remember. 7, somewhere around there. They somehow survived all that. Huh, who would have thunk? Anyway, yeah, they get all back home, and it's like, shoot, how would I best describe this? I'm sure somebody else could put it better than I could. But it makes me think of, this is very dark analogy, and I think it kind of fits. If I am wrong, let me know, please, what a better comparison would be. to how the Nazis treated all the Jews in the concentration camps, treating them like dirt, essentially. Like they are garbage, like they are nothing. To where they have their own separate place to live. Well, then again, I think that is still treated better than the Nazis, but still. Anyway, if you guys can come up with a better analogy for that, or a comparison to like a real life situation, that'd be great. But apparently, Rhina and Gabi, and I'm guessing Falco and his brother, are cousins. Which kind of also sets in the whole thing where, how they're seen by the Marleyan people. But Rhina ends up talking about his time over on Paradis, and essentially is painting everybody as cruel, savage people who deserve no mercy, essentially. And he's describing the whole Sasha eating the potato thing. And the way he's describing it is making Sasha to be such a bad person when it was just Sasha being Sasha. Anyway, shoot. We actually see who the Cart Titan was. And from what I gather... sorry. The Quadruped Titan from Season 3 that had all the barrels and that got Zeke and Rhina out of there in Season 3 is the same Titan as the Cart Titan, which we saw in episode 1 of Season 4. So, yeah. And apparently, we find out Ymir's fate in this episode. She got eaten, and her Jaw Titan form was passed on to Marcel's brother, Paco. Marcel was the guy who got eaten by Ymir before, who was the original Jaw Titan. And, Season 3 and Season 4, obviously, I had not seen. But apparently they're planning on... God, I am so tired. Anyway, they end up talking about how they need to start the whole parody project again. And we find out that all the ships that had been sent over there, 32 ships they said, over the past 4 years, had never come back. They were all destroyed. So, yeah. Anyway. Shoot. What else happened in this episode? Oh, yeah. We find out Rhina's whole backstory, and apparently his mother was telling him that she couldn't be with his father because he was a Marleyan, she was an Eldian, and obviously it was frowned upon, so he tried to be the warrior candidate, or to become one of the 9 Titans, so that way he and his mother would be made honorary Marleyans, so that way they could be together as a family. Well, actually, when that happened, he thought he saw his father, and, well, his father didn't want anything to do with him or his mother. Essentially claiming that his mother was doing all this to try and get him in trouble by, having a child with her. And essentially, just not wanting anything to do with them. So either his mother lied to him, or she had some delusion in her head that he wanted to be with her but couldn't. Or maybe he did it first, but then realized, and then something changed? Maybe? I don't know. But yeah, apparently Marcel's brother, Paco, was claiming that Rhina would be the one left behind and not being a Titan. But he ended up being the one left behind. And later on, when the 4 of them, Rhina, Marcel, Bertolt, and Annie, were heading to the walls, to execute their plan to get the Founding Titan, we find out from Marcel that he actually wouldn't have been chosen had Marcel not intervened. He did it to keep his brother safe because he knew that it would be safer for his brother to be there than going out with them and doing God only knows what. And it's at this point that, the whole story that Amir gave about how she got her, Titan form and everything corresponds with what happened, and he got eaten. I don't know what happened while I was watching the episode. It looked like it was trying to buffer, but it was stuck. So I had to refresh it to try and get it to work, because it kept getting stuck on a certain point in a scene. Thankfully, that managed to resolve it, and I actually forgot to edit it out. I apologize for that. But yeah, Andy was getting ticked off that Rhina wanted them to go back home and not do the mission because... yeah... because, it could possibly be all three of them getting eaten for, failing in their mission. So, they ended up going on with the mission as planned. And, apparently Kenny came into the scene a bit when Annie was trying to get information, going around trying to gather information about the Founding Titan. And obviously, as we all know, Kenny was the one guarding the royal family way back when. So, yeah. So, that's what happened with that. We actually, and later on, when he's done, we get done getting the flashback, we get to a very bit of a dark place. And when I say dark, I mean darker than what we've already seen in this show. To where, Rhina has kind of had enough of all the mental hang-ups that he's been having to deal with lately, and all the guilt, the stress, everything that's been going on. And at first, when I was hearing, the gun getting set up, I thought it was going a flashback to, the headquarters back in either Wall Rose or whatever the other one was, where the Titans were overrunning the headquarters, and one of the guys ended up killing himself because of that. I thought that was what that was coming back to, and that they had been there. Or at least Rhina had been there. I thought that was coming to that, but then I saw that and I was like, oh dear. But if Falco hadn't gotten Rhina's attention at the mental hospital that I just realized that he was at... Sorry. If Falco hadn't gotten Rhina's attention when he did, Rhina could have possibly blown his own head off. And apparently, I actually find this out later, the only reason they have the Titan regeneration is because they have the will to live. And if you lose the will to live, you don't regenerate. So he was planning on taking his own life if he hadn't done that. Holy cow. Never would have thought I'd seen Rhina go to that kind of place. But yeah, Falco ends up talking with one of the patients that we actually saw when they came back in the second episode. Apparently some of the guys had trauma. And, PTSD, the whole thing. And one of them had fallen over and he was telling him his armband was on the wrong arm. He was sitting on a bench and he started talking to him. And as soon as I heard that guy's voice, I was like, that sounds like Aaron. And then when it showed him, I was like, holy cow, that's Aaron. That is an older Aaron. I was like, how did he get there? What is going on? So, yeah, things are getting interesting. And, I think that was episode 3? Oh, God. Sorry. Anyway, episode 4. Falco starts talking with him more, and as they're talking more and more, I'm thinking this has got to be Aaron. He ends up getting Falco a letter to send to his family, claiming that if it's sent in the internment camp, it's going to be read, but if it's sent outside of it, it won't be. So, Falco, being a nice guy, nice kid that he is, he goes and sends it outside the internment zone. Oh boy. It's a good thing he did that, because otherwise what ends up happening later on probably wouldn't happen. And later on, apparently he's been obviously faking his mental issues so that he can stay hidden and incognito, because, he's trying to act like a Marleyan soldier, or an Eldian soldier that ended up suffering from trauma and PTSD and everything, and thus if he's found to have a sound mind and body, they'll know he's faking it and they'll make him leave. Funny thing is, after Falco leaves, Dr. Jaeger shows up. So, Dr. Jaeger is unknowingly talking to his grandson in this. And, Aaron, I don't know if he actually intended for this to happen. Aaron mentions, do you have regrets with your family? And this sets the guy off, making him remember what happened to essentially would have been Aaron's aunt, had she, survived. And he starts freaking out. And apparently he's not allowed to go outside without anybody with him. And they have a nurse and doctor bring him inside. So is he a patient there? Or what? But we find out that the Marleyan government's going to be having apparently a wealthy family that helps out with politics and stuff. The Tiber family show up to help them, set things straight and get things going with the rest of the country delegates, because there are other countries out there that Marley has gone to war with, and it would possibly be a good idea to get on their good graces. And apparently the Warhammer Titan, which we had only heard of until now, is in that family. When I was hearing about it, I was thinking that it was him that had the Warhammer Titan in him. Because, why not? Why wouldn't it be the head of the family? And his eldest daughter looked like she was about, 12? So it was possible that it could have been him, because he could have been close to his time being done having the Titan. And they plan to hold a festival in the internment zone and have all the delegates and everything there. I didn't know why, but they have a big party that all the kids are supposed to be helping. Oh, God, I'm so sleepy. Are supposed to be helping with. I'm not even the one that I didn't even take any melatonin gummies. I'm just naturally this tired. Anyway, they're trying to help out, and some of the delegates are being very rude, and the boy with the glasses, I can't remember what his name is, he hears the comments they're making, and he turns around and he accidentally bumps a glass of wine on a woman's kimono, and I'm like, oh crap, this ain't gonna go well. However, it actually went the complete opposite of what I thought it would be, because I thought she was gonna yell and scream and throw all kinds of insults his way and get him in trouble. Oh no, she helps him. She essentially claims that, I made a mistake and I spilled the wine on myself. I need to go and change, and he was trying to help me. Wow. I don't know why she wanted to help him, but I'm glad she did. And I think it is quite funny that the guy who tried to talk first with the big speeches and everything, he ended up saying one thing, and that got every single person in there looking like they wanted to pull this guy's head off, essentially. Oh, God. I hate that so much. Sorry. Sorry, it now stinks. Anyway, the Tiber guy, he goes up and gives a big speech, and is trying to get everybody, to agree with him. And as for what's going to happen, I hate what happened in the last episode I just watched. And it actually held a twist that I didn't even see coming. But as for what that is, You'll have to find out. You'll have to wait and find out. Anyway, I know this is probably quite long, and I will see everybody next time.